go. Good morning, everyone. How are you doing this morning? Good? Yay. Okay. So first of all, initially this talk was not planned. It was my colleague Ollama who had to do a talk about Flink and AI, but sadly she's sick, so she's not able to do a talk. So I'm replacing her with more or less related talk, and I'm going to show you a magic combo today. Quarkus, which is the best Java stack ever, okay? Langchain4J, which is the Hibernate of LLMs. Let's call it this way. And Ollama, which is the Docker of LLMs for locally. But basically, I'm going to show you how from scratch we can easily build a Gen AI app, all running locally and while benefiting of awesome developer experience. That's my only slide. I will then switch to live coding. I'm Sébastien Blanc. I'm a developer advocate for Ivan. And yeah, my role is to make developers happy. And that's what I'm going to try to do this morning. So let's get started. So that was the only slide, really. You can see it. I've been working the whole night on this slide. No. So, first thing on the stack is Quarkus. Who knows Quarkus here? Almost everyone. So for those who don't know Quarkus, don't worry. I will start with a power demo of Quarkus, showing you the basics of Quarkus, and on top of that, we will build our app. Okay, so Quarkus is a Java stack. Here we have the really cool Kubernetes native Java stack tailored for, well, it's a cool stuff, okay? So let's just start by creating a Quarkus project, and you will see what you can do with Quarkus. Let me create a new Quarkus project. I could use Maven or Gradle. Anyone from Gradle here? No, I'm going for Maven. Okay, Java 21, I give a package name. UK, that was my rehearsal. Now it's the live version. Okay, it's a snapshot. There we go. Package name, starter code, hello resource. Yes, I can keep all the defaults. The only extension, though, that I want for now is REST, because I want to expose some REST endpoints. So let's go for this. And I go here. That should be good here. And I open that in a new window. There we go. As you can see, it has created for me a classic Maven structure. I got some Docker files. I got here my REST point that has been created for me, so I can quickly test my app. So it listens on hello, and if I do a get HTTP request, it will return this string. Okay, really simple. Let's try it out to see if it's working as expected. So what I do here, I called Maven Quarkus dev, and it is a special mode for developers. Well, it will compile my app, run my app, and you will see I will even have some really cool features like live reloading, continuous testing, and stuff like that. Let's make sure it's working. So let me open another console here, and if I do a curl localhost hello, it return hello from Quarkus West. Wow, nice, it's working. So what I can do, I can say here, hello, DevOps UK. And if I do it again, it's just updated. And you say, oh, but Sebi, that's just a string that you changed. That is not that impressive. OK, let me add a new method. Let me do this. And let me add a pass here, listening to fr. And I call this method bonjour. And here I can say bonjour DevOps UK. So now if I do it again, /fr, I get bonjour DevOps UK. So I can add methods, I can add classes, I can add dependencies. When I'm in Quarkus dev mode, I never have to reload my application. In fact, what happens, Quarkus is so fast that every time that I hit save, it can afford to stop the app and start the app again, okay? And you see the live reload 0.19, so you don't realize that. So these are some of the cool stuff of Quarkus. I can show you another one, continuous testing, you know? We were not really used to that in the Java world. When I created my app, I got a unit test that got created for me. And here, if I want, I can enable continuous testing. Okay, it will fail, yeah, because it's expecting hello from Quarkus REST. Actual is hello devox UK. What I can do here is just take this and fix my test, even if testing is doubting, you know. But let me fix the test, and it should be green now. Now it's green. Okay, these are some cool stuff that I can do. I have the I get the dev console, which is pretty cool here, which is an overview of all the extensions that I have. The dev service, we'll talk about dev services. So really Quarkus for developer experience is awesome. Okay, that is Quarkus. Let's add some AI, because everyone is doing AI, and believe me, it's pretty cool. And when it comes to the Java world, the natural option that everyone is looking at is Langchain4J, which is a fork from the Langchain project, even if they separate or their paths are not really implementing the same features. But Langchain4J is a Java implementation to do cool stuff with Gen AI. And the really cool stuff is that they have created an extension. So an extension is just a library, it's just a jar that you add to your app for Quarkus. So bringing all the magic of Langchain and Quarkus together in one extension. How can I play with Langchain4J? So it's pretty simple. I just have here one dependency to add. Okay, let me go here to my POM file. And let me add a dependency here. I don't really care about the formatting. And one thing that I will change, OpenAI, we will talk about OpenAI a bit, but I'm using here the Ollama version. And if you don't know what Ollama is, I will explain that in a few seconds. Yes, let's do always. Now I have Langchain4J with the Ollama feature. What is Ollama? Ollama is a small software that you install on your computer, and then you can, just like Docker, you can do Ollama pull any LLM, okay, and then it runs just on your computer. You can run LLMs on your computer. Let me show you that. If I do Ollama list, here I can see all the models that I have currently on my machine. So I have Gemma, the open source version of Gemini, Llama 2, Llama 3, Mistral, which is great, Mixtral, that is a bit hard to run on my, oh, I should delete it because it's taking a lot of space. But anyway, if I need another model, I do Ollama pull whatever the model I want, and it will be pulled. If I want to run a model quickly, Llama 3, for instance, I can do Llama run. It needs a bit to warm up because it's early in the morning. That gives me time to, oh, there we go. Tell me a good joke. Yeah, always the same. Another one. Why don't eggs tell jokes? Because they crack each other up. Okay, so I can have fun with Ollama. But the other great thing with Ollama, yes, bye, is that Ollama also runs as a server, okay? And it exposes an API. And we can just consume. There's a generate endpoint for generative AI. There's an embedding endpoint. And the extension that I have here just take benefit of that. So that means that my Quarkus app can talk with Ollama directly locally. So I'm whole running locally. Let's create an AI service. How can I do that? I create a new interface. Let's call it my AI service. I'm really good at naming. And it's an interface. Okay, and first thing I do here is I register that as an AI service. Second thing that I do is say this is an application scoped. If I don't do that, by default, it will be request scoped. And when I will start speaking about memory and context, if I don't set it to application scoped, I will have some issues. But it's an interface, so basically I just have to define my signature. Let's do something really simple. Get jokes, okay. And what can I do else? Well, I need to do some prompt engineering, okay? A lot of people are making jokes about prompt engineering, but actually, it's a real skill. And I can do that easily by using annotation. The first one, that the prompt that I want to provide, is a system prompt. Here I tell my LLM how to behave, okay? So basically I can tell you are a funny bot telling developers jokes. Let's try this, okay? And then I get my signature, and what I can provide is the user prompt. So what you will really pass. So user message, and it's a string user message. Okay, I'm done with my AI service. I can come back here to my West endpoint, and what I can do, I can inject my AI service, and now I can use it. So if I do my AI service, get jokes, tell me a joke, tell me, let's try this. Tell me 2 jokes, because one is not funny enough. Let me change that to chat, okay. And let me try it again. So here I do /hello. And let's see. Joke 1, joke 2. Why did programmers quit his job? Because he didn't get airways, okay. Why do programmers prefer dark mode? Because light attracts bugs. Oh, so funny. Let me do it again. So he repeated the same joke. But you can see here, I was able quite easily to create a pretty simple bot. Okay. What I would like to do now is, well, to make that a post. Okay. And here I pass my prompt. And then I can here pass the prompt. Okay. Prompt, and then I can do something like curl tell me a French joke. I don't know. I never tried that. Let's see what happens. Tell me a French joke. Let's see if he makes a French developer's joke. Why did the French word go to? Okay, really funny, but that is not really about developers. Okay, but as you can see, I still haven't restarted my app, and since I'm using Ollama, if I go here to my to resource application properties, here I haven't defined. That's funny, by the way. I missed something, but it's still working. I should have specified a model that Ollama must use. He probably use a model by default, but here I can tell him, hey, and that is he's trolling me. It's not Spring Boot properties, it's Quarkus properties. There we go. Okay, but here I can specify the model that I want to use. So model ID, here I want to use Llama 3. Okay, so let me try again with Llama 3. Tell me a French joke. Okay, but what I can do while I'm developing, I can say, okay, let me try Mistral now. Okay, so I just change to Mistral. It will take some time because he has to load the model. Maybe it will time out, let's see. Okay, so, oh, here, mix, that's interesting. Why don't program, why did the French? So he create a developer joke and a French joke. Okay, but as you can see, I can just change to different models. I can go to Jima, and again, I don't have to reload anything, and it just works. Yeah. Why did the French chef cross the road to get another baguette side? Oh, so Jima is so funny. Okay, let's go to the prompt here, because what we actually could do as well here, let's make it simple. You are just a funny bot, okay? And then what I could do is pass the user message here. Tell me a joke about, and here I got something else. Let me, sorry. I could say joke type. Tell me something about, and here I can say joke type. So I can really templatize my prompt. And here that means that I can do here, I can just pass a theme. So if I pass, tell me a joke about what? About developers. Yeah, sorry. I try to say developers. Is it correct? Yeah. Okay. So that should give me a joke about developers. Oh, I haven't saved. So work, and let me just go back to Llama 3 because it's a bit better. Okay. So again, let me tell a joke about developers. I should have one joke about developers. Prefer there. Okay, we already had that. But now if I pass cats, I should have a joke about cats. Why did the cat join the band? Because he wanted to percussionist. Oh my god! I can see that you are also don't find the jokes funny, or you are still sleeping. Anyway, that is just to show you how easily I can. Here it's really simple, but I could have some huge prompts. I will show you some huge prompts, and you can have a lot of logic of templatizing. So it's really simple to deploy apps. Let's go back to passing my prompt here directly. User message prompt, and here you are an helpful bot answering the user's questions. Okay, so classic stuff here. I forgot to say it's a string. And let me start again, and let me do a curl here where I say a simple prompt of hello, my name is Seb. And he will say, hey, hello, Seb, nice to meet you, Seb. Okay, how's going your day so far? Okay, and now I come back here, I say, hello, what is my name? I'm happy to help you, however, I don't have the information about that. And that shows something really important that some of you might already know. LLMs are stateless. Every time that I do a request, it doesn't remember what I told them before. The only thing that you can do is add context to your request. And how can you do that with Langchain4J? We have the concept of a memory object ID that you can pass. Just one annotation that I add, and my bot will have memory. So if I go back here, and I say, now you also have a memory ID. Let's make it an int ID, something like that. That will break here, but I don't really care. I just passed a 1, but in a real-world situation, you should grab the ID of the user that you have retrieved before or something like that. And let's try it again. My name is Seb. Hi, Seb. Nice to meet you. Hey, hello. What is my name? That's an easy one, Seb. Your name is Seb, you know? So really, I added just one annotation here, and he remembers my name. Okay, he's using here a sliding window strategy with the 10 latest memory. You can implement your own one if you want. I really like this version, but it's in memory. Okay, and imagine that your chatbot, is a serverless app using Knative, and after a few minutes, without any request, it just goes down. Okay, and then it goes up again. Okay, and if I ask him, what is my name? He won't remember, okay? So what you could do is use another memory manager, and it's just one extension that you have to add from Langchain4J. So if I go here, and I search for memory, look at this, I got memory store Redis. Cool. What does it mean? That means that instead of storing my history, my context in the RAM of the app, it will store this in Redis. And this is really powerful because it means that your app can go down, and if you come back and that you provide the correct key, the correct ID, it will be able to resume. We can try it out, but I just have to point to, I could run it here. Probably if you go here, Redis client, he has spawned up with test containers a Redis server for me. If I go here, I should probably see it here in dev sources. Yeah, there we go. I got a Redis. But what I would like to do is show you that against a real Redis, because then it will make sense. And for that, I have deployed a real Redis, well, not really a Redis, a service called Dragonfly, and Ben knows about that. And that is just, if you want cool data infrastructure services, just create an account on Ivan. We don't ask for a credit card, and you can create a lot of cool stuff. Here I created a Dragonfly service, which is completely compatible with Redis. Let me grab the URL here. Let me go here, and here I should be able to say Redis host. I close your eyes because I will bring the service down after. But now I'm speaking against a real Redis. And if I do, and just because I did a test this morning, I'm pretty sure I have to put 2 here, so just to be safe. And let me try it again. So my name is Seb. Okay, nice to meet you, Seb. I bring the application down. I bring the application up. Okay, there we go. And now I say, what is my name? Seb, your name is Seb. Because now it's stored in Redis. We could see how it looks like if I connect to Redis. So if I go here and I do what is the command? Keys. I have my key 2. So if I do a get to, you can see here I got all my history stored. You can see a bit how it works, the text and the type. So this is how easy it is to add persistent memory, and the other great thing with Redis is that it works with keys, and you can have a multi-tenant chatbot persistent in time just by adding this small dependency. And I'm really proud because I contribute to this extension, and it was shipped 2 days ago, so I was able to demo it. Okay, so good so far for everyone? Yes? Okay. One thing that I didn't show you, because here I wrote some code, but in fact, if you start a new Quarkus project and that you add just the Langchain4J persistency and that you go to the developer's UI here, you can see that we have Langchain4J, okay? And I can try out my service. I can chat here. Hi, how are you? Oh, okay. I don't have feelings. Come on. Okay, but anyway, just to tell you, you can try out, even if you don't build your own chatbot, we come here with a simple short chatbot, so you can try out things. If you add the the Langchain4J Open AI version, and that you provide an Open AI key, you can even use the image generation feature directly from here if you want. We rack stuff. Let's see that later. Okay, so that was a pretty simple use case. But yeah, chatbots is funny, but what can we do? What else can we do with generative AI? I just want to show you a pretty simple example. And oh yeah, I even maybe have a oh, look at this. That is perfect. It wasn't planned. What I want to show you is using something called sentiment analysis. So imagine that you have a Kafka topic where reviews from your company, maybe you are a SaaS company or you sell books or I don't know, and people can put reviews, okay? And those reviews arrive on a Kafka topic. What I could do, I could leverage the LLM to decide if my review that I received is a positive review or a negative review. That is something that you cannot do with your code, okay? You could check for keywords, bad, good, but it's not good enough. So here you can ask the LLM, hey, tell me if my review is review is positive or negative, and depending on that, send that to the specific topics, positive reviews, negative reviews. And then my customer service can just check without having to do that by hand. And actually, it's pretty simple to do that. I won't be building this one live, but I have it already, but we will go through the code together. So, which one is it? That's always the funny stuff. I have so many. No, we can close this one. I'm a little bit messy with my windows, but yeah, no, you know what? It's faster if I do something like that. Triage service. Okay. And by the way, I will show you that later, but in the repo of Langchain4J, the Quarkus extension, you have a sample directory with a lot of samples. One of the samples is called the triage service, triage review service. And I tweaked it a bit to add some Kafka in the middle. So basically, my entry point here is my triage service. I have two emitters here. That is how I can send data to a Kafka topic. Okay, it's pretty simple. Negative review topic, positive review topic. And then I have one method that I just annotate with incoming the name of the topic I want to listen to. Okay, and then I check the review. And depending on the review, if it's positive, I send it to the positive. Otherwise, I send it to the negative. Pretty simple stuff. The interesting part here is the AI service. So here you can see the prompt is a bit more complicated because it's really important that you provide to your LLM a lot of examples. Okay, I love your product, you are the best. This is a positive review. J'adore votre produit. This is a positive review. I hate your bank, you are the worst, okay? And then you can say answer with a JSON document containing the evaluation key, the reply key, and the message key. I've been told by the Langchain people that I could even remove that. Because, look at this, look at my signature. Here I don't return a string, I return a triage review. Triage review. I should have done the opposite, review triage. Okay, I don't know. But anyway, it's a type of object. You see, it's a really simple object. It's a record, by the way, that contains all those fields. And Langchain4J will automatically translate the JSON that the LLM returns to an object. Okay, so that's really magic stuff here. I just say, I want a triage review, and that will do the trick. Basically, that's all I need to have, and let's try out. And here I do Maven Quarkus dev. I'm in dev mode. I need a Kafka cluster. So by default, I will have almost a Kafka cluster. I will have a Red Panda cluster. So if I go here back and I look at my dev services, I should have here now a Red Panda, which is excellent because it starts really fast, and I can just locally test my my application. It's running. I need to send a message to my Kafka server. How can I do that? Several options for that, but let me go here. I should have a Kafka client. I can check my topics. So I have my reviews in. And here I can send a Kafka record, and I think I have to provide it. I love your product. Okay. Let me send that. Let's take a look here. So he has received the Now he's analyzing the stuff. Evaluation, positive. Oh yeah, and I have the same bug, more or less the bug. In the message, he should put the reply, and here he puts, coming out now nowhere, some French stuff. Merci beaucoup. I'm not sure, maybe, oh, maybe I did something in my prompt. You are, but you will always answer with a JSON document and always, okay. The week view can be in any language. Oh, maybe that's different. But anyway, it should have worked. So if I go back here and I refresh, I get now my positive review. Okay, so let's try a negative review, of course. Let me say review. Your product ruined my life. Let's see, your product ruined my life. Life? Oh, I cannot type this morning. My life. Okay, let's create that. Hopefully it will. Ooh, you didn't see that. What was the? No. I didn't did a good. Oh yeah. Okay. I did that to see if you were paying attention. Let me do it again. That should be good now. Hopefully it's resilient enough to just go on. Maybe I broke the whole app, which is also possible. Looks like I broke the app because, let me start it again. The easy thing with Quarkus is that it's so fast that I can just grab that. It should be running again already, just one topic because I restarted the app. Let me do it again. JSON doc. Oh, there we go. That should be good. So your project ruined my life. That's not the correct app. There we go. Negative. Your project ruined my life. I'm so sorry to hear that. We'll be in touch with you shortly to help resolve this issue. Yeah, good luck with that. But anyway, you can see that it's pretty easy. My AI service is pretty simple. Just some effort to create your prompt template, and then the service itself. Yeah, it's just a matter of doing an if-else. And I have a really smart application to do sentiment analysis. And again, I'm running that all locally. Okay, I don't know which model I'm using here. Llama 3 as well. And again, I could change here to Mistral, and that should just work. Mistral, and we say here text review. Oh, let's see if he understands some cool French stuff. Je kiffe votre service, which more or less means your service rocks. How can you translate kiff in English? Let's see. I'm really curious if it works. Let's see if he can manage. So the record arrived. He will do some analysis. Hopefully he knows the word kiff. Positif. Je kiffe votre service. And he says, merci beaucoup pour votre commentaire positif sur notre service. Nous sommes ravis de vous entuiser. Okay. So that's a new word, French word. Vous entuiser. It's a mix between, no, I won't do the joke, because, enthusiasm and I don't know. Anyway, that is another use case that you can use. 16 minutes left. Cool. One thing I haven't showed you, and everyone speak about that, is a RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation, which is the fact that your LLM, you have to provide them some context, okay? We saw that with the memory. But if you have a lot of context, a lot of documents, meeting transcripts, whatever, Depending on the prompt, you would like to retrieve the exact chunks of information that you would like to add to your prompt. We call that rag. And how does it work? It works with embeddings. Embeddings is a really impressive stuff for me, at least. It captures the meaning of a text, of a sentence, of a paragraph. It translates that into a numerical representation with a lot of dimension. But for me, that is really crazy. And basically, if you ask a question to your bot, the prompt, he will convert that to an embedding, so a lot of numbers, and he will check that with all your embeddings that you have in a database and retrieve the closest one, the most similar one. He retrieves them, and he put that in the prompt context, and you can do cool stuff. One classic use case, because we have the chatbot, and then for RAG, we always have the same, more or less the same sample. And I'm going to show you that as well. Imagine that you have, yeah, that is the one. Imagine that I have some transcripts of a meeting. Okay, so that is a transcript of meeting one about the super cache feature. You have Philip, Mary, Karim, Betty talking about going in production with a new feature called super cache. You have the first meeting, the second meeting. Of course, it goes wrong. The production goes wrong, so it's a bit panic, etc. And I think in the third meeting, it's more or less everything goes back to normal, and they're happy their feature is in production. Okay, and by the way, these are transcripts. I used GPT to generate this transcript because, yeah, I was too lazy to. And then what do I have? I have a bot, an AI service, and here I say you are an AI answering questions about a Teams meeting. You will try to answer by summarizing the meeting with short sentences. When actions need to be taken, you can add a task to the system. We will talk about that later. Okay. Introduce yourself with, hello, I'm Bob. How can I help you? Cool. And let me just double check here. Yeah, close your eyes, don't check my key. Okay. Here I'm using OpenAI, and I will explain you in a few why. But it works perfectly for the first part of what I will be showing you. It works perfectly with Ollama. So let me start the application. There we go. And you will see that he will start ingesting my documents. Ingesting documents. Ingested 3 documents. Super cool. That is what I have. What did it? How hard was it for me to import those documents? I got just here, and that is really a copy paste from the documentation of the extension. I just have an ingest method that is called when my application is started. Okay, and here I say, where are my documents? Okay, they are here in catalog. Just read that, okay, and split it with chunks of 500. So there's a whole, I just do that as I think it was good, but you should be really careful how you split your documents. There are a lot of different techniques, okay? But anyway, here he has created that. He has put that into a database. And here you think, hey, but Sebe, you didn't have any database started up. Again, with Quarkus, I just added a Postgres jar, and he said, hey, you probably need a Postgres. So I should have here a Postgres, okay, with PG vector enabled. If you want to do embeddings, you have a lot of options, and Langchain4J provides a lot of options. Neo4j, Redis, OpenSearch, Elasticsearch, Pinecone. There are a lot. I would suggest PG Vector because it could be that your application is already using Postgres, and you can benefit from the whole power of your existing model and just add some vector stuff. But anyway, here I'm running locally, so it's just connected there. Cool. If I go here to my front end, I should have my meeting buddy. Yay. Okay. And here he will probably, oh, that is not so. Okay, let me see. And yeah, here he already made an, oh, Oh, the LLM spoiled my demo, but anyway. Uh, anyway, I could say, hey, how many people attended this meeting? So now he's retrieving stuff, chunks from my database. He sends that to the LLM, and he says, based on the information provided, 3 people attended the meeting: Philip, Mary, and Betty. There's also mention of Karim providing input and a reflection. Okay. However, additional end name. Okay, he's a bit hallucinating, but I can see what was this meeting about? So the meeting, let me see. This meeting was about a retrospective on the deployment of the super cache feature. And he does a really summary. So that is pretty awesome if you, I think I'm going to use that for most of the meetings we do at the company. And I will just ingest the transcript instead of attending it, because I think it will be as effective. But that is one thing I can do. And again, you see, it was pretty simple. I ingested the documents, okay? I have my retrieval supplier here, where I basically say, hey, for each request, retrieve 10 results, okay? Depending, and I don't have to do all the plumbing of converting my prompt to an embedding. That is all handled by Langchain4J for me. But I have something else that I want to show you. And for now, we will be able to do that with Ollama. Ollama already supported, but Langchain4J for Quarkus don't yet support it. Look at this, create task. And here is just log info. And look at this annotation. I call it tool, and I describe this tool. Create a task for the assignee. And what I can do is ask my LLM to call some code for me. Let me start the app again, because I think he did it already. Let me go here, ingesting documents. Let me start the bot again. There we go. And let's take a look at the logs here. Because what you can do is in this meeting, some tasks were decided. Betty should write a retrospective. Karim should add some monitoring tools, etc. You could create those tasks yourself and store them in, I don't know, in Asana, in Jira. Oh, Jira. But you could also ask the LLM to do that for you. He didn't do it. Oh, he didn't here. Da, 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 da. Okay, let me ask him. Could you assign the task to Karim? Let me try this one. Okay, so here I'm asking again to the LLM. And look at this. He did action items. So here he found all the action items, and he should have. Is there anything you like to address on any task to add? Did he tools execution request? Let me see if it happened here. Introduce yourself. No. He didn't do it. Assign all the tasks to everyone. And do it now. Maybe if I'm a bit more nervous, let me see. If it doesn't work, I wasn't really planning to show you that, but anyway, it would be nice if it works. But normally, you should call this. Maybe I know because I didn't provide my bot with tools. Yeah. Sorry. Tool. Yeah. That's the thing. Sorry. Task service. I need, because probably I cleaned up the demo. Here I need to provide them with a set of tools. So let's do it just one again. I get 6 minutes, which is perfect. And then we have 5 minutes left. I show you another experimental project, a really cool project. So here again, no. Let me start the bot. Whoop. Here's the bot. So assign all the tasks. Assign all the tasks. Okay, and let me take a look here at the log. And this time it should be aware of my tools, so of this service here. And it should call, if the demo gods are with me. They have been pretty nice with me since this morning. So info, look at this. Created a task assigned to Betty. Communicates the team current situation regarding the deployment. Assigned a task to another task for Betty, a task for Karim, a task for Mary. So you see, my LLM has been calling code for me. I'm doing this here with a meeting transcript. I have another demo where he takes action on the Kubernetes cluster. I tell him, hey, deploy me this image on this node and make 3 replicas of it, and he will call all the methods for me. So this is really mind-blowing stuff. Anyway, again, all those examples here, you can find so more or less back if you go to the repo and you go to the samples. You can see here you have a lot of samples. Oh yeah, if you are a fan, I don't know if you know JBang. JBang is like scripting with Java. Look at this beauty. 13 lines of code, okay? And you have your joke bots as well, okay? And that just it just works if I do JBang jokes. That runs those 13 lines of code, and it's running. It's using the route of Vertex, and it should just work if I do a curl. I'm so lazy. Jokes? No. I should have showed that to that. Tell me, joke. Oh, joke. Joke. Sorry. Joke. Okay, that's worse. That is really just those 13 lines of code running. Okay, so if you don't want to set up a whole Quarkus project, you can also use Quarkus. 4 minutes left. I think it will be a bit short, but I can explain you what I'm trying to do, because bots are funny, but what about having bots that talks to other bots? Okay, and that is what I started to do. I created a bot where I say, hey, you are an inhabitant from the planet Ebola, a very small cozy planet. Your name is etc. And I start this. So hopefully, yeah, let's say I start the first bot called Alice. Okay, and I create another bot called Bob. Okay, which is so it's basically there are 2 Quarkus applications. Okay, and then I say, okay, let's start a discussion between Bob and Alice. Oh yeah, you are developers debating if it's best to use spaces or tabs for indentation. I'm having a lot of fun. And I just started, and Bob should initiate a discussion. Usually I do that side by side. Can I split that? Split terminal? Oh no. Bob, can I not put this one here? Okay, but anyway, I got now 2 bots. Bots, hey, nice to meet you, Alice. My name is Bob, I'm a developer. By the way, have you worked with either of these methods, space or tabs? And let's take a look at Alice. Alice, I lost Alice. Alice, where are you? Alice is here. Alice is here. Hey, nice to meet you, Bob. I'm Alice. Using space. Oh yeah, she has a whole theory. Alice has a whole theory about spaces and annotation. And it's pretty crazy. So I got 2 minutes left. Just to, this is really an experimental project. It's not really. It's almost art, because I end up with such crazy discussion between those 2. And what I do, I decided on a convention to stop the conversation. So if one person says stop, the conversation stop, and each bot will reflect on the discussion and create facts and reflection and store that as RAG in its own database. And the second time that those 2 bots chat again, they remember from their first conversation. And the funny thing is when you start to introducing a third bot that has met those two others, and believe me, there are some crazy discussion. Again, you can do that with Ollama. I need to use it with Orca, the uncensored model. Could be funny. Maybe they will start fighting and stuff like that. But anyway, again, that is all possible with the combination of Quarkus and Langchain4J. That's all I had to show you today. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm here for the rest of the day. If you have questions, I will be happy to answer them. Thank you so much.